It's a fascinating and disturbing case of a beauty queen murder. Ryan Duke is accused of murdering high school teacher and former beauty queen Tara Grinstead. We just heard testimony from a former beauty pageant contestant, Dana Wilders. The next witness for the state was a former Irwin County teacher who dated Grinstead, Rhett Roberts. At one point, he was considered a person of interest in her disappearance. Let's take you in now for his testimony.
I'm going to take you back to October of 2005. Where were you working at that time?
Irwin County High School.
In what capacity?
I was a high school math teacher and football and baseball coach.
Did you know Tara Grinstead, the victim in this case?
Yes.
And how had you met Ms. Grinstead?
We met as co-workers, as both being teachers at the school, and we went out on a few dates.
Okay. Do you recall the time period in which you and Ms. Grinstead went out on those dates?
It was the spring and a little bit of the summer before she went missing.
Do you recall whether or not you saw Ms. Grinstead on October 22nd, 2005, the night of the sweet potato pageant?
Yes.
Now, let me clarify, were you at the sweet potato pageant?
I was not at the sweet potato pageant.
Where were you located when you saw Ms. Grinstead that evening?
I was at my home, just grilling out and watching college football games.
At your home, what? Watching college football? Missed the part.
Just grilling out.
Okay. Was anyone else at the residence with you?
No.
How did you know that Ms. Grinstead was going to stop by before she got there?
I did not.
When she got there, did she call ahead of time, or did she come knock on the door? Tell us what happened in that.
I was inside at the time, and I just heard a knock on the door, and went and opened it, and it was her.
Did Ms. Grinstead come into your home that evening?
She did not.
How long was she at your residence?
Probably around 5 to 10 minutes.
And during that time, did you and she speak?
Yes.
Where were you located physically when you were having that conversation with her?
I stepped outside of the front of the house, and we had a conversation out there.
Do you recall about what time of night it would have been that she came by your residence?
I was watching college football, and it was like halftime of one of the games, so it was around 8:30 or so.
Was it dark outside, light outside your car?
I think it had just gotten dark.
Just got dark. And I know it's been a long time. Did you recall what she would have been wearing that evening when you saw her?
I don't know exactly. I think she might have been in blue jeans and maybe something like comfortable, like a white blouse.
Okay. I'm going to show you the picture. No, I said I found it. I'm going to show you on the screen in front of you what's already been entered as State's Exhibit 2. Now, have you ever seen this particular picture before?
I don't believe so.
To your knowledge, do you know if she was wearing an outfit similar to this or not similar to this, or do you not recall?
Probably be similar to that.
At the time that, well, let me ask you, where were you living at the time?
600 West 2nd Street, a house in town.
Now, are you familiar with the residence where Ms. Grinstead was living at the time?
Yes.
And how are you familiar with that residence?
Actually, my father rented her the house.
So had you been in that residence before she moved in?
Not before she moved in, no.
How far was your home at the time from her residence?
A few blocks.
In which direction?
I would say that would probably be southeast.
Southeast.
Do you remember an incident where you were at a ballpark with her and she indicated she was scared of Anthony Vickers?
Object your second.
And that's what she said. She said if he remembers being there when she was actually scared, not what she said.
Didn't you just ask me what she said?
I did not. I said if she was scared, or I said that she indicated she was scared, but I can rephrase it to
Please, I sustain that objection. Please rephrase your question.
Without saying anything that Ms. Grinstead said to you specifically, do you remember being at a game where she where somehow you sensed that she was scared of Mr. Vickers.
Yes.
And do you remember some incidents between Ms. Grinstead and Mr. Vickers?
Judge, I'm going to object at this point. Lack of foundation for his knowledge sounds like it would be hearsay.
His foundation for his knowledge, Judge, is the exact question I'm
Well, I
asking.
think you can ask him that question and we'll see what the response is. So I will rule that objection.
Are you familiar with an incident
Am I familiar with one?
between Ms. Grinstead and Mr. Vickers?
For a fact, I don't know, and I've heard rumors, but it's only rumor.
Thank you.
And coming up, police talked to another love interest of Tara's, a married police captain at the time. What he said about the last time he spoke to Tara. Next on Court TV Live.
Give me a try today.
Welcome back to Court TV Live. When Tara Grinstead went missing in October of 2005, police immediately began retracing the former beauty queen's steps. They had a lot of ground to cover. Now, a former student of Tara's went by her house not once, but twice over the course of the weekend that she went missing. Let's listen now to what Jared Luke said he noticed when he took the stand in this Southern murder trial.
Now I want to direct your attention back to 2005.
Okay.
How old would you have been in 2005?
17.
Did you know Tara Grinstead, the victim in this case?
I did.
How did you know Ms. Grinstead?
She taught me in high school.
Were you still in high school in October 2005 when she went missing?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have her for one class or more than one class?
I don't recall. I know I had it for U.S. history.
Okay. What year would that have been?
My junior year, I believe.
Would that have been the same year that she went missing or a year before?
Year before.
Now, the weekend that she went missing, did you have, and I don't want you to tell me what she said, but did you have an occasion to speak with her or see her leading up to that weekend?
Yes.
And why was it that you either spoke or saw Ms. Grinstead leading up to that weekend?
Well, I saw her at school, of course.
Yes,
and then she also kept my dog that weekend that she went missing.
Okay. Now, did you personally take your dog to her house?
I believe I did.
And do you recall what day of the week that would have been?
It would have been on Friday because we left that day.
And then, did you ever return to her residence?
Yes, I did.
What day did you return to her residence? What day of the week did you return to her residence?
That Sunday.
That Sunday. Now, when you returned on Sunday, was your dog still there?
No.
Did you know that your dog was not going to be there?
I did know that.
How had your dog gotten away from her residence?
My brother came and picked my dog up that Saturday.
Okay. And were you aware that your brother was going to go pick the dog up on Saturday?
Yes.
Now, why then did you go to her residence on Sunday?
Because he picked the dog up on Saturday, but did not pick up the food and water bowl and all that. So all the accessories, I guess you would say, were still there.
Okay.
First, when I got there, I pulled up in the yard. I went to the front door, knocked on the door. Nobody answered the door. When I didn't get an answer, I walked around through the gate in the backyard on the left side of the garage.
Yes, sir.
The food and water bowl were told that they were in the shed and it was in the backyard.
Yes, sir.
So I went to the shed, opened the shed, food and water bowl were there. I retrieved them, went back to my truck and left.
I'm going to show you some showing the defense counsel have been marked as State's Exhibit 35 through 39.
Okay.
Ask you to take a look at those for me, please.
Okay.
Do you recognize what's depicted as each of those?
I do, yes, ma'am.
And are each of those true and accurate depictions of the scene at the backyard and the residence of Ms. Grinstead as it appeared October of 2005?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you recall about what time of day or night it was that you went there on Sunday?
It was, I know in my previous statement that I read earlier today, it said 7:30 or 8, but it was still daylight outside on that Sunday when I went. So it was not dark yet.
Sunday at daylight hours, you recall parking behind her vehicle at her residence?
Correct.
When you arrived at her house, you parked in the driveway behind her car.
Correct.
And you walked from your vehicle directly to her front door first.
Correct.
And when you were walking to her front door, you did not see a glove anywhere in that yard when you were walking to her front door.
I did not, no, sir.
And you didn't see any other kind of trash or other debris?
No, sir.
Yard? And you went to her front door, you testified you knocked on the door.
Correct.
No one answered the door.
Correct.
Did you see anything out of the ordinary about the door?
No, sir.
No marks or anything like that to indicate that it has been forced open, nothing like that?
No, sir.
And there was no answer to the door?
Correct.
And when you walked from the front door of her house around towards the backyard, did you see a glove or anything like that in her yard?
No, sir, I didn't.
Now you went in the backyard, you got the water bowl and other accessories,
Correct.
and then you left the backyard.
Correct.
And you walked back to your truck.
Correct.
And on the walk from the backyard to your truck, did you see a glove on the ground anywhere in Miss Grinstead's yard?
No, sir, I didn't.
Well, another witness to see Tara Grinstead in her final days was a police captain and the man she was currently having an affair with. He testified that he spoke with Tara the night before she went missing, telling the jury that she seemed, quote, down. Take a listen.
Take you back to 2005. Did you know someone by the name of Tara Grinstead?
I did. We grew up together in the same town, Hawkinsville.
Were you same age?
She's 4.5, 5 years younger than I am.
After high school, did you ever see Tara again?
I did.
And when was it that you first got to know Tara after high school?
When I was at Georgia Southern, I talked to her several times during that time.
Okay. Was there ever an occasion in which your relationship with her went beyond friend?
Yes.
And when did that occur?
2005, 2004.
How long before she went missing do you believe that your relationship had escalated?
How many months?
Months, years, whatever it is.
It's around 8 months, I think.
Were you in contact on a regular basis prior to those 8 months before?
Oh, yes, yes.
And go ahead and ask you, were you married in 2005 when your relationship turned to a sexual nature?
Yes.
During that time period, when you were involved in a romantic relationship with Miss Grinstead, how often would you see her?
Maybe twice a month. It was
How often did you speak with her?
we spoke daily.
I want to direct your attention back to that Saturday. Did you speak with her on that date?
I did.
How many times did you speak with her?
I know of 2.
And was that on your phone, text, and what way did you speak with her?
Cell phone.
Cell phone. When you spoke with her on Saturday, what was her demeanor?
She was kind of down. She was, I don't know, kind of sad. I tried to, talk to her and cheer her up. Try to be funny with her. And basically, when we hung up the phone, about 5 or 6 seconds later, after we hung up, I called her right back, and she answered the phone, and she seemed to be in a better mood then, and so.
When you spoke with Tara, do you recall what time of day or night it was?
It was late because I had fallen asleep in the chair watching, I think it was the Alabama-LSU game, I think it was, and I fell asleep. And we've been watching college football all day, and so I'm going to say 10 and 11-ish.
And when you spoke with Tara, was that on her cell phone or her home phone? Do you recall?
I want to say her cell phone, but I'm not 100%.
Do you recall when you spoke with Tara if at any point she indicated that she was not yet home that evening?
The understanding I got from her that night was that she was at home. And she said she was cold, it was cool.
Okay.
And she was at home.
What did that mean to you when she said she was cold or she was cool? Did you know what she meant by that?
She just said it was cool out and she was cold.
Okay. Prior to that last time that you spoke, Do you know what Tara had been doing throughout that day?
She had a pageant that she did.
Okay.
She, I know she was doing some girls' hair pageant because I called and one of the little girls answered the phone.
Okay.
And she said, Tara's in the shower. She'll call you back as soon as she gets out. And Tara called me while she was at the pageant.
Do you recall if Tara ever indicated if she went by Troy Davis's house that evening for a barbecue or a cookout?
Yes.
And do you recall if you actually spoke with her while she was there?
Yes.
When Tara, and obviously we heard your messages, but did Tara ever tell you that she loved you?
Yes.
Would it be unusual for Tara to end a phone call with you to tell you that she loved you too?
Yeah.
That would be unusual or would
No,
not?
it would not be unusual.
Okay, joining us now with analysis, forensic psychologist John Delatorre in San Antonio, Texas, joining us. John, you know, we're listening to this testimony of a man that Tara was involved with, and we heard from another man from her, you know, romantic past as well. Why is this important for the jury, and what kind of impact might it have?
You know, it's problematic for a lot of reasons. One of the things is that it kind of muddies up her character a little bit, right? It makes it seem like that there was a lot of people that were in her life that may have something to do with who she was and may have what may have happened to her. But it also sets a timeline, right? The jury's now starting to see, okay, something must have been going on because the rest of her house looked okay, but then her bedroom, it looks a little bit chaotic, right? It looks like stuff was thrown around. She's interacting with people, but her car's still at her house. Right now, it's starting to set up a timeline of who she's talking to, and if she's talking to them, then they're probably not involved with the crime. That something else might have been going on in her mind, and whatever it was that led to her disappearance.
So, do you think then ultimately that it is something that is actually very helpful for the state, even though in theory it broadens the circle of suspicion?
Yes, it definitely broadens the circle of suspicion, but I'm not entirely sure that the defense wants it that broad. I think they just kind of want to focus on Bo Dukes. But it is helpful for the prosecution because it goes to show that that no matter what the defense tries to do by presenting an alternative suspect, they're already presenting alternative suspects and none of them have anything to do with it. So then at the end of the day, the jury, the only person that you should believe had anything to do with this is Ryan Duke.
Yeah, so, I mean, in terms of the defense, I mean, what can they really do to counteract this? I mean, given that there is no body, that there's no cause of death, that sort of thing could be helpful for them. But as you said, the state's doing a solid job so far of building their narrative.
Right. The defense probably doesn't want to do too much, right? Because they don't want to muddy the waters a little bit. They don't want too much going on, right? They want the jury to believe that it's simply Bo Dukes, that anything else that Ryan Duke said when it comes to the confession or anything like that, right? Anything else that's going on is simply ancillary, and no one knows what exactly it was that was happening with Tara Grinstead, that she interacted with all these people, but no one knew the truth about her, right? That there was so much more that was going on, and Ryan Duke had nothing to do with it, right? It was all Bo Dukes.
Yeah, and of course, Ryan is denying this. He says it was a false confession, that it was drug-induced as well, but yet it was really a substantial confession. I mean, it was in a written version, it was in multiple versions. So, you know, ultimately, could that really be difficult for the defense to overcome?
It can be, particularly if the defense says that this was all done because he was intoxicated by some narcotic or something like that. Oh, the jury's going to really have to take a look at how his behaviors were during this confession. Do they really believe it's a false confession? Right? Yes, but there's always coercion involved, right? There's always some kind of manipulation involved when it comes to police interview techniques. But does it rise to the level that it automatically negates it, that it's automatically false? It's a slippery slope, right? It's a tricky situation for the jury to be in. But when they see the actual interrogation tape, right, there's a lot that they're going to have to consider.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. John Delatorre, for your analysis.